Thinking about a career in IT? Well, with a booming job market and impressive salaries, IT might be the right fit for you. So, in this video, we're actually going to talk about what are some of the possibilities, what are the pros and cons to help you find out if this is the right path for you. So, stay tuned. So, the question is an IT career good for you? And we're going to break that up into two different parts. Let's first talk about, is IT a good career? And so we're going to actually, one of the things you might be thinking about is, well, what is the job forecast? Can I get a job in IT? Will I be employed? What's the salary like? And so I've done a little research and looking at this website, it's the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and they do a lot of surveying, understanding what the job market's like. And this report here shared actually came back out from 2023, but it said that these occupations, computer and information technology occupations, is projected to grow faster than average for all occupations for the next 10 years. And it said about over 300,000 openings each year on average are expected to be opened every year. So that's a lot of jobs coming into the field. Now, what could you expect to be paid? Well, here it even says a median annual wage for this group is about $100,000. Now, median is like right in the middle, so you wouldn't expect to get paid starting that, but you can eventually get to that point if you stayed stuck with it. Now, how does that compare to all other occupations? Well, it says annual wages for all of the occupations is about $48,000. And so that's a lot higher. It's almost double. And this report came out in 2023, so it's almost a couple years old. There was a website on Forbes, and it actually broke down the average salary for the U.S. And now this is for all salaries, not just IT, but you can kind of see based off where you are located. It kind of says California's high, 73,000. Um, you go to some of these other ones, 48 in Arkansas. I'll leave a link in the description here, and you can kind of see, what state you're in and what the average salary is. And really, you want to see, okay, well, what is it for IT? And you can just increase that based off this that we looked at here. Also, you might think about what will I get a job? What's the unemployment rate? While here in Computer World .com, it talked about how many jobs are there, and it mentioned that the unemployment rate for technology professionals is actually down to 2.5% compared to about 4% for other jobs. So that's a pretty good. You're thinking that you're likely to get hired, even if you need to look for a new job. There's a good possibility you'll be hired on again. So the job forecast is very promising, especially with new technologies being opened all the time, being developed, applied in businesses. You have a great opportunity to get a job where you can get paid well and would have good benefits. But now let's talk about some of the pros and cons. Some of the pros are there's a lot of opportunities. You can go in a lot of different areas. One of the big areas right now is AI. And really, what does AI do? Well, right now it's helping businesses automate tasks that people are doing, repetitive tasks. And so if you're able to come into a company and say, hey, I can help automate you, save time, uh, build processes out that will help the business grow, then that's going to be that's going to be great. There's other areas to go into, like you can get into cloud computing, storage in the cloud, some of the traditional ones like infrastructure, networking, telecom, and but normally you kind of get started in support. You kind of learn there a bit, and then you kind of branch off into these specialized areas. You can also get into management. That's a good career too if you want to have manage a team, lead a department. That's something that you can also do as well. Um, I like IT because it's in the technology area. You're never working on the same thing over and over again. Um, the jobs change. Like the things I was doing 10 years ago is not what I'm doing now. The technology that I'm working on now is different. So there's always opportunity for you to learn and grow no matter how long you've been in IT. One of the other things I like is just is IT is a bit more casual too. It's a little bit more laid back. So I like that because that's just kind of fits with my own personality. Now, what are some of the cons? Well, some of the cons is IT jobs are not the highest paying jobs. There's other higher paying jobs out there. There's jobs like software developers. They, on average, get paid more than IT jobs. That's really because they're helping build products or something to help that the business can then go and sell. So those jobs get paid more. IT is often seen as a cost center. And what does that mean? Well, that means IT's there to help run the business, but it looks like a cost, like a needed cost that you need to run the business. So what happens? Well, a lot of times the top leadership is looking for ways to cut costs, and sometimes that comes at the detriment to IT and the staff. And so there, I've seen where a whole company outsourced their whole entire IT department, and then now they use that other company so to do their IT support or their IT work, and so there's no actual employees of the company in IT anymore. And so that's one of the downsides because sometimes there can be layoffs, especially in tech. There's always layoffs happening, shifts, workforce shifts that happening, and so that's something you kind of have to deal with. It may not be something where you stick with one company for 10, 20, 30 years. You might be moving around a bit. I also think that my mindset is, if the IT leadership can see not just like, hey, this is what we're doing to help run the business, but this is how we can help the business to innovate, to help it to have a competitive advantage, then that really shows the value of IT, not just the necessary things that IT does, and as people may think. So you may be asking, should I get into IT? That's a specific question to you as the viewer right now. Is this the right fit for you? And so I'll give you an analogy that I like. I like basketball, so I like to play basketball. So when someone says, "Oh, I want to learn more and play basketball," they're not automatically good at playing basketball, but they have this desire to want to learn more. And so what do? Well, you maybe watch some games and watch people play. You understand the rules, and then you actually go out and practice yourself. Then you're learning how to dribble, you're learning how to shoot, and then you may actually get in games. You're playing in games, you're learning from other people. But what drives you is that motivation, that passion that you have for the game, because you're not getting paid for it. You're not getting paid to play basketball unless you're an NBA player. But even NBA players, they weren't born being paid to play basketball. They had to put in the time, the effort, they had the passion to learn it. So you too, if you're learning, if you want to learn IT and get into that career, you need that passion already in it for technology, learning how things work. Even the back ends, like how does this work? Tinkering with things. You like to fix things. Having that passion will help you get into that area. Um, Another one is helping people. You might maybe you have to know that this is not just a job where you're just going to sit in the back corner. There might be a few set of jobs, but mostly you're working with your team members. You're working with people that you support. These areas that require you to be a good team member and help others. So think about that. Do I really like that? Do I like working with other people? And do I like helping other people? Do I like solving their problems? That's something to think about. So, that's something for you to answer yourself. Because I've had other people ask me like, "Oh, I want to get into IT." I'm like, "Okay, well, why? Is it just because of the pay?" You kind of already need to have that desire in technology to be successful in it. So you say, "Okay, well, I do want to get into IT. How do you get started?" Well, there's two areas that I would say are the biggest areas. One is learning IT and technology, and two is doing, like the experience that you get. So the learning part is, learn as much as you can. Watch videos like these, online classes. You can go to school for IT. I went to college. I went to City College. I learned IT in those areas. Take those technical classes. Um, Even practicing on your own. You can practice on your own. Tinkering with things. Yourself learning about how things work. Um, and the experience. That's just part of the experience part. Another thing you can do is try to get an internship. Start out small. Um, you don't have to shoot for the sky. You just start out in stages. Start out small. Like at first, I got an internship when I first came out of college, and then I gradually built my way up, and to became more specialized, and then got into management as well. So uh, be willing to learn from others. That's a great quality to have. And so just take those two things. Um, Learning what you can, teaching yourself, and then gaining experience, getting hands-on on the job. That's how you can actually get started in IT. Take a look at some of my other videos that I have. I have videos on what kind of skill sets you would need, technical skills, soft skills, the things that can help you get you an idea of what it would take for you to get into IT. Well, I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe if you found any value with it. Have a good day.